It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on Ronnie Howard, who played Opie, and how he witnessed some very real adult problems as a child star on the Andy Griffith Show. Understand, this is Hollywood, and this is how it worked. It's probably a whole lot worse now than what it was, but let's take a look. Okay. In the opening credits of the Andy Griffith Show, Opie Taylor picks up a stone and tosses it into the waters of Myers Lake, a fishing hole on the outskirts of Mayberry. Now, in reality, the famous scene was filmed at California's Franklin Canyon Lake, and little Ronnie Howard, then 6, couldn't throw very far. My skinny little arm was not powerful enough to get that rock into the water, Ron confessed in his new book. For the next take, Ron pretended for the cameras, and the prop master hidden behind a tree threw the stone for him. As a child growing up on the set of the Andy Griffith Show, Ron became schooled in the art of make-believe, but he also witnessed some very real adult problems, prejudices, and ugliness. The performer, who went on to become an acclaimed director, and his brother, actor Clint Howard, with whom he co-wrote The Boys, credit their parents, Rance and Jean Howard, for keeping them safe and grounded during their Hollywood upbringing. Their protectiveness was rooted in love and fear, not any stage parent concept of protecting their cash cows, Ron said. It's important that someone was looking out for Ron because the other adults on the set of Desilu Studios, where the show was filmed, didn't censor their language or actions in front of him. The crew were salty old characters who swore like sailors and drank like fish, he recalls. The prop master was often drunk by lunch. It being the 60s, everyone smoked constantly on set with no regard for anyone's health or comfort. My eyes were always burning, he said. The on-set bathroom was also an education for an innocent young boy. Ron recalls puzzling over the obscene, anatomically correct graffiti that covered its walls. You see, some men, when they sit on a toilet, they like to draw penises, his father, Rance, tried to explain, adding that Ron should never do such a thing himself. And although the crew always treated Ron with empathy and kindness, they did not extend the same courtesy to Jim Neighbors, the gay actor who played Gomer Pyle. Jim's sexuality was a don't ask, don't tell open secret, and Ron remembers the crew calling him disparaging names like homo behind his back, and not with any hint of kindness, said Ron. Andy Griffith, who played his father, Sheriff Taylor, was a wonderful and big-hearted man, says Ron, but he and co-star Don Knotts were both preoccupied with the failing marriages. The pair of close friends who had met on Broadway in 55's No Time for Sergeants commiserated a lot, often within Ron's earshot. Both men were visiting psychologists to work through their stuff, said Ron, who remembers Andy telling Don how the doctor had brought up the subject of Latin homosexuality in a session. I don't think I qualify for that one. What about you, Don? Ron remembers Andy asking. Andy also said his doctor suggested that he work extra long hours on the show to avoid going home to his wife. I saw him endure genuine pain, said Ron, who recalls Andy returning from Christmas break with a bandaged hand. I got drunk, I got mad, and I put my fist through a door, he told the cast. Meanwhile, Ron suffered his own growing pains. Sadly, starring on the Andy Griffith Show made him a magnet for bullies at school. They all figured out that Opie rhymes with dopey and mopey and soapy, said Ron, who admits that for a time he didn't feel safe going to the bathroom. He tried to avoid it until the inevitable day he publicly wet his pants. Despite his misery, Ron's parents urged him to stick it out for the school year. It's a rough path, admits Ron, who got into several fights, but before long I had my own posse of buddies. On the Andy Griffith Show, Ron grew up faster than a normal kid, but he has few regrets. Despite all the adult angst he witnessed, he also saw acts of kindness that have stuck with him. He recalls how Howard McNear, the actor who played Floyd the Barber, suffered a serious stroke in the 3rd season. Andy, ever magnanimous, didn't want to lose Howard. He remembers relating how the crew devised carefully hidden support to help Howard stand for his scenes and keep his job. It became another valuable lesson to Ron about the magic of Hollywood. I'll forever owe a debt to Opie Taylor, he said. The experience of inhabiting that character, walking a mile in his kids, defined my early life. I like how it kind of evened itself out, where he did see things that he shouldn't have saw and heard things that he shouldn't have heard. I love how his parents reacted to it and raised him as great parents. I also like the idea that being Andy and Don were both going some really rough times at the time. He kind of insinuated that they would have been looking out for him had they not been going through their own thing, and how he learned from all that. I think it's great. I'm sorry he had to go through some of it, but he turned out just fine because he had great parents, and God help those who don't. That's all I have for you. I will be gone Sunday through Thursday. I'm going to be posting some videos on those days, but I'll be on the beach, so there won't be a whole lot of them. But I don't want you guys to forget me, so I'm going to leave you with some. I want to make some before I leave and then make sure I upload some. So we'll be looking for those. Probably won't be any from classic TV or classic rock and country music. And they are taking, and I'm not doing one tomorrow or today for them either. So don't be looking there for them. You go over and check out the old ones. I'd really appreciate it. Again, that's all I have for you. Have a great day. God bless. I'll see you in a week. Or actually, maybe just a few days. Who knows? Let's see. God bless. Be praying for you. Hey, pray for me too.